I got a message the other day. A lady who had purchased a ukulele from me was concerned about the low G tuning, and she wasn't sure that I had sold her a low G ukulele when that was what was advertised. Now, she had purchased this ukulele about 8 months ago, and she was trying to play a song now that required the low G note, which is not that. The low G note on a GCEA ukulele is the lowest note on the 4th string. It's a low note, not a high note. This is a high note. This is the second highest note on your ukulele. G and A are the high notes. C is the low note. So, we went back and forth on the messaging for a while. I was trying to remember what I sold her. And I asked her if it had a wound string on it, and it didn't have a wound string. But then I realized that some of the ukuleles I have and sell low G don't have wound strings on them. They have the PhD strings that don't have wound strings. So we went back and forth for quite a while, and finally she realized when she tuned the ukulele, I told her to be sure that the 4th string is lower sounding than the 3rd string. And once she did that, and once she had her tuner set on ukulele and not guitar, she found that, yes, she did have low G, and it sounded great. There are some tuning problems that we can have, and if you are an absent-minded professor, you may break a string or do something silly with your tunings, especially if you frequently play DGBE ukuleles. Because the first thing you got to do is be sure your tuner is set on the right setting. For DGBE, it is set on guitar, or G. For low G CEA, and this can be baritone, tenor, concert, or soprano, the tuner must be set on ukulele. And sometimes, like this one, they have a UC or a U, I think this is a UD, I can't read that, but put it on the ukulele setting, or UC. So you got to do that first. And once you do that, you've got to make sure, if you're tuning low G, that the 4th string sounds lower than the 3rd string. That is the key. If this is a high note, then you're going to have to go back to the next G that you come to on your tuner. I don't know why I've been so frustrated with tuners. It's really pretty simple, but you've got to kind of stay focused on what you're doing and be sure that the tuner is set for ukulele or guitar, depending on which tuning that you have. So, people that are interested in low G, I think it's a beautiful sound, and I recommend it. But just realize that you may have tuning issues that you aren't even aware of. And for example, if I were to tune this ukulele low G, then the tuner may not recognize that, and the tuner is going to keep wanting to show GCEA, the high G. So you'll have to think about that and figure that into the equation. When I sell a tenor ukulele tuned DGBE, for example, the tuner, if the tuner works for GCEA, then it's not going to work for DGBE if you have a built-in tuner. Just some things to think about, no big deal, but for whatever tuning that your ukulele has, you kind of got to pay attention and be sure you get it right, because you don't want, if you tune the string too tightly, you can break the string, and that's no fun at all. Thanks for watching.